share for a piece of it with a slow final half, or we'll have to try and make the move late.
6-1, the 3 is CL's Heather. Number 4, Bet the Tip. Robert Brown, Bernard Callahan, and Terry Brown of Pennsylvania. Terry Brown, Terrain. Steve Schofield, Drives. 3-0 Philip of Beta, Bob at a Sungate Tip. 1 of 11, 2-0, 1 and 2.
It's had a tough time in recent starts since adding Lasix. Has been a double-digit loser in 2 of those and made a break last out.
8-1, the 4, Bet the Tip. Number 5, Memories of Kate. Mike Meadows, Alan and Peggy Dupler of Ohio. Pat Meadows Trains. Dean Zames Drives. 3-0 Philip Tinselator to Miss Pankhurst. 18 starts with a win. 2-0, 1 and 3.
Not a lot of speed in this race, and that does not bode well for Memories of Kate, who's a confirmed closer.
Odds of 7-1, the 5, Memories of Kate. Number 6 is Kel Superstition. Sandra and Dale Kekkonen of Irwin, PA. Vic Moyer Train. Steve Bush, the driver. 3-year-old got him a Rainer Hanover to Tira Dale. 3 starts with a win, 2-0-1.
And the final half went in 1:02 last week, because this one was able to win by a length and a half in the lower level, so up in class out of the 5 conditions.
Odds of 4-1, the 6, Kel's Superstition. Number 7 is High Slap Shot. Mark Goldberg of Washington, Pennsylvania. Tyler Stillings Trains and Drives. 3-0 Colt Bagoli Jeff at a Chilco Tar. 8 starts with a win. 2 minutes and a fifth.
Well, with an outside post position, High Slap Shot also has to hope for fast fractions early on, as this one works as a closer in most starts.
9-2, the 7, High Slap Shot. Number 8 for Kate's sake. K&W Racing Stable and Car for Woodsfield, Ohio. Ben Bolin Trains. Ray Paver Drives. 3-0 Philip Tinselator to Wedding. 21 starts with a win. 59-4.
Well, if you look at the last start, this one certainly should be a contender. Ended up missing by only a head last out. Is only 1 for 30 though over the past 2 years. That's the minus.
7-2, the 8 for Kate's sake. Number 9, Funflow Iker. Suzanne Ross of Warren, Ohio. Jerry Ross Sr. Trains. Bill Blaney drives. 2-year-old Gunnar Tyler's brother to Happy Flow. 7 starts with a win. 2-0, 3 and 2.
Made a break in this class last time around. Was bet down in that start against Virgo Brett. That was coming off of a fair start. The outside post position, the concern, but does have some gate speed.
27-1. The 9, Funflow Iker. Win place show exacted. Daily doubles super vecto wagering. Field of 9 to go postward in this condition claiming event. $6,000 purse or $6,000 price tag. $2,500 purse. Class movement here. The 6 Kel Superstition off the victory is up in class. Everybody else was in the class last time out. Interesting to note, and you see this happen every once in a while, is a horse that's going into the class for the first time. For example, TSM J Barroom has been racing in straight maidens, and apparently they want at least $12,000 for him. They're afraid if they drop him in on the bottom rung, which would have been a claiming, let's see, what would it be, $10,000, right. Somebody might grab him probably.
That could be the case also. It could also be the case they have a go with the last race being on September 11th. So this one's had to go a good distance between races. Had to wait 9 days for that last race, and tonight is having to wait over 10 days for the next race. Obviously, they want to give this 2-year-old a few more starts. Right now at 8 starts, most times you'll see trainers go, I guess the average is anywhere from 10 to 15 starts with their 2-year-olds, depending on what they think the future will be for that 2-year-old.
It depends on the 2-year-old. If it's
right.
going to be just a hard-knocking racehorse, hard to tell.
Right.
If you got a lot of stakes as a 3-year-old, you don't want to overdo it as a 2-year-old campaign.
Right, right. And about this time of the year is when you start seeing a lot of the horses getting ready for their winter time, or they're getting ready for their last couple of starts. There's still just a couple of 2-year-old races still going.
It has drastically changed with the full card simulcasting and such, and purses increased. It used to be that the Meadows trainers that go south would get out of here as soon as, well, probably Harrisburg is over, which is the first week in November, and head south. But I noticed last year some of the stables were 2 to 3 weeks later going to Florida for one reason or another. Plus, some of the stables kept a certain contingent right here at the track for the entire year. I think the Stillings operation was one of them.
Right, they did. A lot of the horses that Buddy kept up here, though, were his claimers, the
Yeah.
6, 7, 8,000 claimers. Kept a couple of the good horses up here, while down south, the horses that had a future in stakes competition were readying for the summertime season by wintering. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit extra time until we're ready to head postward.
Somebody back there is headed to the paddock, and it's a quick stop because well, no, wait a minute. I don't know whether it's a quick stop or not. CL's Heather and Ed McKnight Jr.
That was a rolling stop, is what CL's Heather did there.
I think maybe it was just a case of getting her turned, possibly.
Now, it looks like she's headed the right direction.
The way she
now.
was going, they didn't have any chance to adjust any equipment or anything.
No. I think they're just going to go as is.
Patriots are out and behind the gate. The gate swings around the turn, and there they go. Pacing, going right out for the lead. That's CL's Heather on top of the field. Racing second is High Slap Shot. 3 wide on the outside for Kate's sake. Down along the rail, Noble and Chef gets away fourth. TSMJ Barroom fifth. Sixth at the rail, Bet the Tip. Into the turn seventh. Memories of Kate. As they race over to the first quarter mark, Kel Superstition racing eighth and treading the field, Fun Flow Iker. Opening panel 29 and 1. Passing it into the first time for Kate's sake with that 8. CL's Heather second at the rail. High Slap Shot racing third. Noble and Chef fourth. Racing fifth. TSMJ Barroom. Off stride. Into the turn for Kate's sake. As they race into the turn. Off stride. Bet the Tip. Going to the halfway point. Memories of Kate moves up 6. 7th to the rail, Kel Superstition by the half. 101 for Kate's sake. Continues to lead by a length and a quarter. Her racing second. CL's Heather on the move on the outside. Noble and Chef now third. Now second and moving up. TSMJ Barroom on the move on the outside. Fourth. High Slap Shot down along the rail. Fifth. Memories of Kate racing 6. Kel Superstition races 7th. We got a new leader, and it's Noble and Chef. 3 quarters, 130 and 2. Backside, 29 and 2. On the outside, TSMJ Barroom. Down along the rail for Kate's sake, 3rd. 4th on the outside, High Slap Shot. CL's Heather 5th. 1/8 of a mile to go. Noble and Chef with that 8. TSMJ Barroom and High Slap Shot. CL's Heather Lightning Lane. Closing with a rush. High Slap Shot, but it's Noble and Chef. High Slap Shot was second. CL's Heather was third. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 4/5. Final half, 59 and 4. Final quarter in 30 and 2, and as far as I could go was 173. Did you pick up a 4th number?
Well, there was a photo for the 4th number. It involved the 2 TSMJ Barroom. I think it may have been with the 8 for Kate's sake. We'll take a closer look at it here on the replays. They made their way around the turn. It was for Kate's sake with the lead, but on the outside, here comes Noble and Chef. Went first over, providing cover for TSMJ Barroom. Clearing, though, would be Noble and Chef before they made it to the 3 quarters, which went in 1:30 and 2/5 seconds. That happening left TSMJ Barroom out there all alone on the outside, having to provide cover then for Tyler and High Slap Shot, and that also left Noble and Chef to open up on the field. The only horse that appeared at this point to be able to close in on the leader, Noble and Chef, was TSMJ Barroom, but this 2-year-old flattened out down the stretch. CL's Heather was able to jump into the lightning lane, but would have to be dueling for second. On the far outside, High Slap Shot, a big time close for second. Then it ended up being CL's Heather in the lightning lane 3rd. And the photo is between the 2 on the outside, TSMJ Barroom, and the 8 for Kate's sake. Still no determination yet on the photo. 173.
It is tight, and I will not attempt to separate them. In the winner's circle, number 1, Noble and Chef. Joseph Call of Yorkville, Ohio. John Delino trains. Tim Twaddle gets his 69th winning drive of the season. The 4-year-old Gattaman Overland Salmon to Carrie Chef. Lifetime mark, 2 minutes, 4/5 with a final half 59-4. Final quarter, 30 2/5. 1, 7, 3. Photo remains up for that 4th position. Tim Twaddle making the correct choice on which horse to drive here in the first. He chose Nobleland Chef over the 3 is CL's Heather.
And if you look at the fractions of that race, they didn't come home all that bad. Came home in a little less than a minute for a 6-condition claimer. That is good fractions. Final coming on, what, 59-4 in that race?
59-4, last quarter, 30 2/5.
So Nobleland Chef pulling off the victory. High Slapshot second to 3, CL's Heather third. And the photo sign is up, and it was a very tight photo for that 4th position for Kate Sake, who was the early leader, was trying to hold sway as TSMJ Barroom actually was ahead at one point for Kate Sake, but for Kate Sake may have fought back on the inside.
So the horse was acting up a bit going to the gate, settled down in the race, and finishes 3rd for Ed McKnight Jr. 173 and a photo for the 4th spot.
And for Kate's sake, looked like she was going to actually end up giving it up going into that turn. The way that Nobleland Chef and also TSMJ Barroom were making up ground on the outside, it almost looked like, we got a dead heat, it looks like.
A dead heat between the 2, TSMJ Barroom. That'd be a 4 dead heat. And who was the other one for Kate's sake? The 8.
Yes, the 8. So supers of 1-7-3-2 and 1-7-3-8 in this race.
Now they can only put one number up on the board, and it's the 2, but there's also the 8 horse in the dead heat for 4th. Number 8 also in the dead heat for the 4th spot.
It'll take a couple of moments before the prices will be put up because 2 of them have to be calculated, and it takes a little bit more time.
And then we'll get the official be on here from our first of 13 this evening.
Whenever you see the photo sign up that long, especially with the system that we now have, that computerized photo finish system, it takes more than I'd say about a minute or so. They really have to look at it close then. You know, it's a real tight finish. So we are awaiting the official sign to go up. It's still a dead heat, but not official as of yet.
1732, 1738. In the first race, Superfecta. Dead heat for 4th between the 2, TSMJ Barroom, and the 8 for Kate's sake.
And it looks like Hoosier Park tonight. Is that the sun I see still out there?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they had they're having nice weather at the end of the night here, so.
Peter Kleinan's doing his pre-show out on the veranda. It's official here for the first. Payoffs upcoming as we're underway in tonight's 13-race card here at Ladbroke of the Meadows. Overland Chef and Tim Twaddle winning the opening event of the night in 2 minutes, 4/5. The 1, Nobleland Chef, returns $6.40, $3.20 and $3. Second was number 7, High Slapshot at $4.80 and $4.20. Third, number 3, CL's Heather at $3.80. Exacta 1-7, $60.80. 1732 in the Super, $815.40. 1738, $340.80. The 2, TSMJ Barroom, 4 dead heat. The 8 for Kate's sake, 4 dead heat. Coming home 6th was number 5, Memories of Kate. The 6, Kel Superstition, 7. The 9, Funflow Iker, 8. The 4, Bet the Tip, 9. Top down, 1, 4 dead heat. 3, 9, 6, 7, 2, 4 dead heat. 8 on the bottom. The mile, 2 minutes, 4/5. Looking ahead to the 4th race here tonight. Driver change on the 3, RD Special to Dave Pallone. Dave Pallone will drive the 3, RD Special in tonight's fourth race.
Second race is a trot, 5-year-olds and under, non-winners of 1. Parimutuel race lifetime, no changes or corrections. Early 3 to 5 favorite, number 3, Anastasia J.A. and Frank Glessner. Back with more in a moment.
On Saturday night, December the 13th, John Howard Motors will give 5 pre-Christmas gifts to lucky fans at Ladbroke in the Meadows.
Fifth prize is $500 in cash.
Fourth prize, $1,000 in cash.
Third prize is a 1-year lease on a 1998 Dodge Ram truck.
Second prize is a 1-year lease on a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The grand prize will be the giveaway of a 1998 Subaru all-wheel drive vehicle. Be there!
Not yet, Vicky. Leading up to the big night, Saturday, December the 13th, we'll have monthly drawings here at Ladbroke in the Meadows. 4 fans will be selected in those monthly drawings. Then on December the 13th, those 4 fans will return with 1 more drawn that night. All 5 will then draw for the prizes.
Be there! So come on out to Ladbroke at the Meadows.
Oh, this will be me. Visit Ladbroke at the Meadows at the internet. This is computer talk. That's why it's me. http://www.latm.com. It now features the new Messenger pages containing Messenger history and news and the latest updates on the 3rd jewel of Pacing's Triple Crown, which will be contested here and right here at Ladbroke at the Meadows on Friday night, October the 10th. You can stop by our internet site to learn more about the race. The address, once again, is www.latm.com. Surf in today.
Post time for the second race in 10 minutes. 10 minutes till post time. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta wagering. Don't be shut out. Wager now. Second race for trotters at 1 mile. No changes. 5 and under. Non-winners of 1. Parimutuel race lifetime. $2,700 purse. Field of 8. Betting favorite is the 3. Anastasia J.A. at 3 to 5. Morning line 364. Same here. 364. Anastasia J.A. And why not? 4 seconds, 2/3 in the last 6 lines.
I think she'll hit the board. I don't know if she's going to win, though. The 7, Bradley Pemberton, went off the qualifier of 2:02 and 4. This one lost by 15 in that qualifier. This one's also in a qualifier against Star Challenge. So I went to Bradley Pemberton in the second career start, hoping that this one's able to stay flat. And the only parimutuel start was in a Pennsylvania Sire Stake race up at Pocono. Made a break against Giant Checkerboard. The 4, Kuman to Stockholm, ended up being a second-place finisher in a qualifier last time around against American Winter. Now, this one I put in for second. The barn has done well with their youngsters when starting for the first or second time here. And the 3, Anastasia J.A. to close in for a piece of it. I went 7-4-3.
Post time for the second race in 8 minutes. 8 minutes till post for tonight's second race. Second half of the Daily Double. And speaking of the Daily Double, oh, thank you.
They are posted.
Yeah, see, you got to explain everything to the voice because the voice is a little...
DDWP is Daily Double Will Pays. And in the first half, the Daily Double winning it was number 1, Novoland Chef. In the second half with the 1, Central Perk, $96.20 with the 2, Envy Better Than Ever, $86.60 with number 3, Anastasia J.A., $20.60 with the 4, Kuman to Stockholm, $60.40 with number 5, Duchess Ladbroke, $329.80, and you saw the rest of them.
Well, let's take a close look at the field. The 1, Central Perk. Harry and Iris Horowitz of Brooklyn, New York. Brett Merkel trains and drives. 3-year-old Colt Barnborough sold to Lumber Success. Trotting hobbles, 2 starts yet to hit the board. Qualified a winner at Scioto to 5-1.
Looks like the hobbles may have done the trick, as this one was able to get a 4th place finish in this class. Last out, it'll be first time Brett Merkel with this one.
17-1, the 1, Central Perk. Number 2, Envy Better Than Ever. Carol O'Brien of Hamburg, New York. Greg Wright trains. Greg Wright Jr. drives. 3-year-old Gallup King Concha Vinga's Girl. Trotting hobbles. 4 starts, 2/3.
This one's missed a week. Last start was in the slop. It was third. Lasix and got third. Will need a trip tonight.
5-2, the 2, Envy Better Than Ever. Number 3, Anastasia J.A., John Lofton, Monongahela, James Barlow, Washington, Pennsylvania. Frank Lesnar trains and drives. 3-0 Philip Anastasia Andy out of Chelsea Song. 13 starts, 3 seconds, 4/3.
Good news is a better post position draw has been closing well. Problem is this one doesn't want to pass anybody in the final eighth of a mile with 3 seconds and 4/3. This one's overdue.
Even money favorite, the 3, Anastasia J.A. Number 4, coming to Stockholm. Stangioli of Pompano Beach, Florida, the owner. Harold Hagen, the trainer. Brian Sears drives. 2-year-old colt by Kuhlman out of Pride of Stockholm. Qualified second in 2, 3, and 4.
And this will be the first career start for this 2-year-old colt. The barn has done well with their non-winners of 1 and non-winners of 2 horses since they've come in from Hoosier.
11-1, the 4, coming to Stockholm. Number 5, Duchess Ladbroke. Ladbroke Farms of Englishtown, New Jersey. Dale McConnell trains. Ben Bolin drives. 2-year-old Philip Photomaker to She's Nobility. 3 qualifiers here, 5th and 2:08.
And that qualifier also was against the 4-horse and ended up finishing over 20 lengths behind the 4. Both are in their first pari-mutuel start. Tread lightly.
21-1, the 5, Duchess Ladbroke. Number 6, Rowdy Scene. Audrey Morrison of Zanesville, Ohio. Max Stockman trains. Ray Paper drives. 4-year-old Get Bottom Scene of DV Express. 11 starts, 2 seconds, 4/3.
Well, if you look at this one's past performances at Woodsfield, this one lost to a trotter by the name of Just Spot, who's done very well on the fair circuit and winning some stakes along the fairs. Ended up missing by only a neck last out. This one also makes some sense also at hitting the board, and has been trotting flat of late, which is also a major advantage over many in this field.
7-1, the 6, Rowdy Scene. Number 7 is Bradley Pemberton. FLG Partnership of Avalon, Pennsylvania. Mike Pallone trains. Dave Pallone drives. 3-year-old colt, Giant Victory to Am I Blue. 1 start, made a break. Couple qualifiers. Finally, 2, 2, and 4.
Yeah, and this one's qualifier came after 2 months before the qualifier before that. Went 2, 2, and 4 against Star Challenge, so faced an open trotter in that effort. And this one also should get some support also. It seems to be fast enough, at least out of that last qualifier.
7-1, the 7, Bradley Pemberton. And number 8, Fighting Chair. Ed Ryan of Pittsburgh. Ron Murin trains. Casey Gillespie drives. 3-year-old Gallon Barnborough Gold and another Gill. 2 starts. Yet hit the board. 2, 5, and 2.
He's had trouble staying flat. Draws an outside post position and has just been too far behind in the 2 pari-mutuel starts.
Odds of 55-1, the 8, Fighting Chair. In the race, Dave Pallone had a choice to make between the 4, Coming to Stockholm, and Bradley Pemberton. Pallone choosing the 7, Bradley Pemberton. Second race post in 3 minutes. 3 minutes till post time. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
I was handicapping this race. I looked at this 6 Rowdy Scene, and I saw a couple of those efforts against Just Spot made breaks at Woodsfield. I wonder if this one's able to stay flat in one of those heats, if this one would have been able to beat Just Spot. Looking at that race at Woodsfield on August the 21st. Only problem with Rowdy Scene, though, has been off since September the 4th, so a stale date for this one.
Just Spot, if I remember correctly, had put together a number of wins at the fairs and is racing in a pretty tough condition trot right here at the Meadows. Just 1 or 2 steps lower in the open.
Right. I think it was in that, non-winners of 3,000, I think was up to that point. 3 minutes to go until post time for our second race. First-time starters in here, we have an abundance of them, or those that are very green. The 1 Central Perk is only making the 6th career start this evening. The 2 Envy Better Than Ever, only the 5th career start. The 4 and 5 are true maidens, starting for the very first time. The 8 Fighting Chair is 0 for 2 in 2 lifetime appearances. 7 Bradley Pemberton 0 for 1. So outside of the 3 and the 6, really a lot of horses that do not have that many starts under their belt, and with the 6 Rowdy Scene, not too many starts, at least on the pari-mutuel surfaces.
Post time in 2 minutes away from tonight's 2nd of 13 here at Ladbroke of the Meadows. Don't forget, we're now racing 5 nights a week. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday night, airtime 7. First race posted 7:30. Saturday and Sundays, airtime 6. First race posted 6:30. So 5 night a week racing at Ladbroke of the Meadows.
And that will continue through the month of October also, we understand.
Here's the schedule for the Ladbroke Racing Network. Tomorrow, the 24th day of September, airtime at 12 noon. We got thoroughbred action from the Meadowlands at 12:45, Thistle Downs at 12:55, Belmont at 1, and harness racing from Freehold at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Once those tracks wrap up, we'll pick up action from Fairplex and Bay Meadows, and tomorrow night it's Turfway at 7, Garden State Harness at 7:30, Penn National at 7:30, and harness racing from Sportsman's at 8:30 tomorrow night.
I'll be with you tomorrow afternoon for all of those tracks. One of the unfamiliar faces tomorrow afternoon will be Thistledown, as Rockingham has closed up shop for 1997. They'll be back again next year.
We had the Red Mile in Lexington yesterday and today. Red Mile returns with racing Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday of this week at the Red Mile in Lexington, and post time there will be 1 o'clock on Friday, 12 noon on Saturday. Trotters trotting behind the gate. The gate swings around. There they go. Up and trotting, Anastasia J.A. for the lead with Rowdy Scene on the outside. Bradley Pemberton racing 3 wide. Into the turn. The Envy better than ever gets away 4th. Central Perk down along the rail 5th, goes off stride. Well, 4 of them stay flat, and they're on top of the field as they race around the turn. Go on to the first quarter mark. Moving up on the inside, off stride again. Second down is coming to Stockholm. Opening quarter, 29-1. Central Perk back trotting 5th at the rail. Passing it into the first time. Coming to the 3/8 mark. Bradley Pemberton with the lead by a length and 3/4. Rowdy Scene second. Anastasia J.A. trots third. Into the turn, Envy better than ever. Racing 4th. Into the turn 5th. Central Perk off stride as they race around the turn and go to the halfway point. It's Bradley Pemberton by the half, 1 minute and 3/5. Rowdy Scene second, Anastasia J.A. third, Envy better than ever trots 4th. Down the backside, going to the 3/4 mark, Anastasia J.A.'s out and moving on the outside 3rd. Moving up with the rush at the rails, Envy better than ever. Going to the 3/4 mark, Bradley Pemberton with the lead. Anastasia J.A. second on the outside at the 3/4, 1:31-2. Rowdy Scene racing 3rd. Envy better than ever, 4th on the outside. A little more than 1/8 of a mile to go. Bradley Pemberton the leader. Anastasia J.A. second on the outside. Envy better than ever. Down along the rail, Rowdy Scene. Down the stretch they trot. Anastasia J.A. throwing away for the governor. Bradley Pemberton second. Envy better than ever was 3rd. Anastasia J.A., Bradley Pemberton, and Envy better than ever. 3-7-2. 3-7-2. Voice gives you the winner. Kevin Decker gives you the perfecta box, or exacta box, we should say. The time of the mile, 2:02, lifetime mark.
Anastasia J.A. was setting 3rd at this point, one of the quartet that were able to stay flat in this race as Bradley Pemberton led them into the first turn. Rowdy Scene started the gap in 2nd, and that's when Anastasia J.A. she went to work to the outside. Following the cover was Envy better than ever, 3/4 and 1:31-2, and as they made their way past the 3/4 pole, it was Bradley Pemberton holding on to a 3/4 of a length lead. Anastasia J.A. was gaining ground on the outside ever so slowly. When they hit the top of the stretch, that would not be the case. pace. That's when Anastasia J.A. really picked things up when they straightened away for home. Bradley Pemberton didn't fight back all that much on the inside, but was able to hold sway for second. His Envy Better Than Ever was unable to catch that one on the outside. So it's 3-7-2, 3-5, 9-2, and 8-1 in our second.
Anastasia J.A., 3-year-old Philip Anastasia Andy out of Chelsea's Song. Lifetime mark 2-0-2. 3-7-2 on the board. It's official in the second. Anastasia J.A. scoring for trainer driver Frank Glessner in tonight's second race, second half of the Daily Double. In the winner's circle, second race, condition trot, number 3, Anastasia J.A., John Laughlin Monongahela, James Barlow of Washington, Pennsylvania, Frank the Governor Glessner gets his second win of the season. The 3-year-old Philip Anastasia Andy at a Chelsea Song, lifetime mark 2-0-2. Final quarter, 30 3/5. That was part owner Jim Barlow there in the winner's circle with Anastasia J.A. when they came off the track and unchecked the horse. Anastasia J.A., the 3 returns $3.40, $2.60 and $2.10. Number 7, Bradley Pemberton at $3.40 and $2.20. Number 2, Envy Better Than Ever, $2.40. Exacta